Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Waiting for people to join. And of course, need to grab my glasses. Voila! Hi, you guys. I'm back in my car. It's as if nothing happened the last 2 weeks. Oh, good morning, Kristen. Hello, Ori Hair. Hi, Eric. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Arasha. Beautiful life I have. Jet lag isn't bad. It's the other way that's horrific. I feel so good. Hi, Broker, B-Dog, Kinsey. Thanks for reading the book. Oh, I'm sorry you missed me in Amsterdam. Hi, Boston. Yeah, I feel like $1 million. I don't look like $1 million, but I feel like $1 million. Oh, it's so good to see you in Gothenburg. Man, what a trip. I'm going to talk more about it on Untangled next Tuesday. So we'll be doing Untangled again on Tuesday, 9 a.m. Hi, Lisbon. Hi, Romania and Mexico. Okay, you guys, I missed you. I missed you too. I'm back. I'm moving tomorrow. Yay, you're going to get my book. What did I think of Holland? I loved Amsterdam. And then I went about an hour outside of Amsterdam for another event, and I loved it. I wish I had more time. Where did you feel? Where did you do to feel $1 million? You look like $1 million. Oh my God, I do. I'm such a wreck right now. Yeah, it's so good to be back with you guys. I have so much to share. I have so, and yet there's nothing to share, but there's so much to share. And I wish that I could have been more present with you guys and shared more, but it was so fast. It was such a whirlwind. There were so many glitches, and I was all by myself. I did it completely alone, so I didn't have anyone helping me organize except for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful women that did each event. But yay, thanks for reading the book. Gothenburg was so much fun. Oh my gosh. Hamburg was so much fun. Amsterdam was so much fun. London was so much fun. Dublin was so much fun. If you guys came out to see me, thank you so much. The reason I'm jumping on right now, hi Miley. The reason I'm jumping on right now, because I really want to share quickly what I'm feeling. I didn't want to do a video. I went and did a little like book tour in Europe. So, hi Anna, it was good to see you. I am going to be coming to Canada. I have an event in Miami already confirmed for May something. I'll put it up. So if you're in the Miami, California, Miami in Florida, the United States, come out. I'll have that up. It's going to be in May sometime. It'll be really fun to see you guys. But here's what I wanted to talk about. Here's what's been coming up for me. And I don't know if it's coming up for you, but I just want to share it. I haven't really been feeling like doing those like videos that I usually do because it just feels pointless right now. But everything feels pointless. Let me know if you're feeling this as well. It feels as if, maybe this is just me and what I'm going through, but it truly feels like all of these external stories and what's happening in the world, and all of the systems that are breaking down, or all of these horrible things that are happening. To me, it's heartbreaking for a lot of us to watch this and watch these things break down, but it's also becoming exhausting. And it's almost as if there is some bigger force that is leading us through this evolution, this process of shifting into new states of being. What's happening right now, whether you want to call it an evolution or whether you want to call it an ascension or whatever the fuck you want to call it, excuse my language, It is the process of moving from one state of being to another state of being, or states of being how you are being in the world, the you that you're identifying yourself as, to new states of being. Okay. And what I believe is happening with a lot of humans is that we're getting caught up and we're being pulled back down into old ways of being by continuing to perpetuate the stories that are happening in the external world. So we're getting caught up in it. We get excited about, oh my God, what's happening next? And what did these horrible people do? And what are we going to do about AI? And what are we going to do about this? And to me, at this point in my journey, it just feels exhausting and pointless, because the true evolution is how you individually are showing up in the world. And if you are continuing to perpetuate states of being that are no longer kind of resonating with the frequency on the planet, so we're going to continue to see, hopefully you're staying with me on this, you're going to continue to see chaos and evil and corruption and fucked up shit happening on the planet. You're going to continue to see it. It's not about us getting rid of it or trying to figure out how to no longer be in it or see it. This is about how you are being in it. How are you being in this right now? And if we are continuing to be pulled into the consciousnesses, the chaos, the fear, the anxiety, the stress in the external world. I'm not even talking about our internal world yet. Okay, I'm just talking about the external world. If you're continuing to get pulled into, why is this happening? What do we do about it? Blah, 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 right? If you tap into how that makes you feel, right? It's not open-heartedness. It's not receptivity. It's not love. It's not necessarily freedom. It's not allowing. It's not presence, right? It is continuing to pull you out of all of that. True peace, true freedom, the way we get through this is not by trying to figure out how to get through this through the external world. It's figuring out how to get through this in the internal world. So where is your internal compass? Where is your peace? Where is your calm? What is happening in this internal world? You know, how are you responding? How are you reacting? How are you being? How are you showing up? And the piece that's been coming up for me is that nothing feels important right now. Nothing. I don't care what the freak they're doing out there in the external world. My sovereignty, my empowerment, my truth, my ability to walk through this storm is inside. We are going to be continuing to be shown day after day, month after month, the corruption, the evil, the darkness, whatever you want to call it. We're going to continue to be shown because it's breaking down. That's part of the evolution. It's breaking down. The deeper evolution that you and I are going through, the thing that actually matters the most, in my opinion, is how you are being in this world. What do you still believe about yourself that is limiting you from showing up in the world? We are here to be examples, to lead the way, to be an example for humanity. All humans are. That's why we're on the planet. We're all God in form, walking each other back home. Some of us are just choosing to go first and remember that. And if we continue to think that these external stories is the way to our salvation, to our freedom, we're missing the point. And it's not that these things aren't important. They are. But they're not. They're not. Because if you are continuing to not show up as you, if you're continuing to silence yourself, if you're continuing to beat yourself up, if you're continuing to because of unworthiness or insecurity or doubt or lack, you are, instead of showing up and being the example, you are, arguing and fighting against, and it's this external lens. There's an external lens, right? What I mean by an external lens is, instead of focusing on your own process of becoming who you have always been so that you can be that in the world, that's how we make the change. The change happens by the beingness of you. That's how the change happens, not by arguing and fighting against what's happening in the world. And so there's this quieting down that I'm feeling. Even more, what's the point of continuing to talk about aliens and UFOs? They're not helping me process my own limiting thoughts and my own emotional states that I'm afraid of. I don't give a shit that there's aliens and UFOs and, all of that. Like, what does that matter if I can't feel the most intense emotional states? What does it matter if I'm still in physical pain? What does it matter if I'm still perpetuating, relationships that are conditional? What does it matter? This is... Eventually humanity is going to start to come to this realization, and a lot of people are coming to this right now, that it's an inward path. It's natural. This is just naturally going to happen. We change the world by changing ourselves, not by changing the world. And the most courageous part about being here at this time is that you have to stand in all of this. You have to stand in everything you're seeing right now and start recognizing that the only thing that's going to save you is your own internal freedom. And the only way that you become free is you recognize that you are safe to feel everything, that you're safe to look at every single thought, to recognize every thought, to begin to realize over and over again that every single one of us is God in form, whatever God means to you. Right? If we can't be kind to people that we don't understand, how the freak do you think that we're going to change this world? If you are still getting caught up in these really intense limiting beliefs that you believe about yourself, then you're going to get caught up in the limiting beliefs that are in the external world continuing to control us. Truest freedom is not fighting against the systems. The truest freedom is breaking free from all of the programs and ideas and beliefs that you have been anything other than free and peace and whole this entire human journey. And how do you get there? Not by fighting against the world. That's a distraction. Oh my God, there's aliens, and what kind of UFO hybrid DNA do you have? And that's what people want to talk about. Oh my God, what's happening with the corruption with the financial systems, and that is what gets people's attention, because it pulls them out of the internal battle that they're having. It distracts them from the present moment. It distracts them from actually looking at and feeling what's happening within them. There's nothing wrong with it. It is what it is. This is how we're going through this evolution. But there is massive distraction happening right now because it is almost impossible. It is one of the most difficult things to do, is to be silent with yourself. But I'm telling you right now, we will not get through this unless we go inward. It's just not going to happen, because we will continue to perpetuate the deep, deep mind control and programs that we are under right now. The only way we break free is by going inward so deeply that we recognize what has been programmed and mind controlled within us, which is, this is not okay, this is okay, this should happen, this shouldn't happen. I should be this way, I shouldn't be this way. Success looks like this, right? Love looks like this. All of these things that we're taught, that's complete and utter bullshit. So pay attention, you guys, because every single external story right now is pulling you out of you. It's fine. It's great. It's part of human journey. It's part of the planet. But if you really want to fight the systems, then you learn how to not let anything steal your peace. What systems and stories are stealing your peace? And stealing your peace can look like, oh my God, I'm not there yet. Oh my God, all these people are in these beautiful states of consciousness and I'm not there yet. That's pulling you out of peace. Oh my God, I wish that I knew what my hybrid DNA of whatever galactic is and I don't know it yet. That's pulling you out of peace. Oh my God, I really wish I could speak to my guides and hear all this stuff. That's pulling you out of peace. It's not just about the external world and all the stories pulling you out of peace. It's you listening to whoever you're listening to, telling you how you should or shouldn't be, that you should have these experiences and all of this stuff. And this is what it looks like when you're in these higher states. And this is how you manifest. And this is how you create, all this stuff. And it fucks with your head. Because then what you're doing is you're perpetuating judgment. You're perpetuating judgment. And what really needs to be practiced right now is just absolute presence, that everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be, that everything is okay, that everything is perfect, even in the most imperfect, holy shit, I can't go through this. There's no possible way. This isn't good. This isn't right. I shouldn't be ... That's the gift. Not let me try to figure out how to get where somebody else is, or how to anything that's pulling you out of right here, right now. What is it that you're thinking? What is it that you're feeling? What is it that you're doing? That is the freedom. That's how you break free. That's how you break free. That's how you change the world. You want to know how you change the world? You continue to sit with what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're doing, how you are in this world, and you wrap your arms around yourself and you say to yourself, you're a mother freaking badass, way to be in this, way to just feel this, way to just observe it. You're okay. You're okay. In fact, you're more than okay. You're perfect in all of your messed up shittiness. You're so perfect, it's insane. Can you keep going in and feeling into and observing what it is that you believe yourself to be, so that you can realize that you are none of it, so that you can show up in the world, looking out into the external world, watching in absolute awe and disbelief how the external world is going to continue to tell you how you need to be, so that you can perpetuate the illusion that you are anything other than free, safe, whole, sovereign, empowered love. Anything other than that, you are perpetuating the systems that we are here to step out of. Anybody that is telling you this is what you need to do, this is how you get there, blah, 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 is pulling you out of the greatest gift that you can have, which is, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What am I being? What am I doing right now? And you want to know why that's so powerful? Because it's going to show you how you want to change and fix everything about you. And there's nothing to change or fix about you, because you are not those things that you think you are to change. The moment you start to realize you're not your thoughts, your emotions, your behaviors, you don't change them. You become so empowered when you realize that nobody is going to tell you how to be. Nobody's going to tell you what to think. Nobody's going to tell you what to feel. You become so empowered when you stop trying to change yourself in order to fit in somewhere. You become so free when you start realizing that there's nowhere to go and there's nowhere to run to, that you don't ever need to run from what is simply being asked to be expressed and felt and looked at. And this doesn't mean that you don't make subtle changes in your life. You do, but if you make changes prior to actually allowing what is, the reason that allowing what is so important is because you realize the attachment that you have to it. The external world, everything out there is going to tell you how you should or shouldn't be, how to do it, how to not do it. All of it. Pay attention, right? Follow this way. Don't follow this way. Do it like this. Do it like that. Fight against this. Make sure that you're, meditating this amount of times every day. And listen, all of these tools that we have, right? Positive or negative, because it just is what it is assistance for you. assistance for you to be so present in what is arising, if you even are capable of doing that, unless your life is so busy, right? If your life is super busy, you're like, Lori, I can't even pay my motherfucking bills, much less, feel. Great. Can you at least be aware and observe that? I'm telling you, everything, the more that we start to pay attention to the distractions in the external world, the more the external world will no longer own us, control us, or steal our peace. And try doing this in an external world, which is the world we're standing in, that is breaking down. So we are continuing to see the dark and the evil and all of this crap. It's designed this way to continue to pull us out of embodiment. When you are embodied in the physical body, you become the most empowered human on the planet. Imagine that your body is a computer system, okay? And it's been programmed. And you have been unconsciously living your life in this programmed state. And the programmed state is all about the external. What can I get? What do I need to do? Tell me this, tell me that. Let me watch this YouTube video. Let me watch this teacher. Let me watch this happening. Look at all of that. Oh, this is what that means. Oh, this is what that means, right? It's just part of the computer system that we have been programmed into. And we believe that if we keep looking externally, we're somehow going to break free. If I can change these external systems, I'm going to be free. If I move to a certain state or country, I'm going to be free. If I break down if we break apart the governments, I'm going to be free. That's all program. Pulling you out of the actual program. The more that you go inward, inside, right here embodied, the more you go into the computer system, the more you start investigating all of the little chips that are inside the computer that have programmed you. Right? Told you what you are, told you what to think, told you what's good, told you what's bad. Imprinted limiting thoughts upon you, told you that you can't feel certain things, made sure that you continue to keep trying to change everything you're feeling so that you don't stay in presence or flow, so that you don't have faith in life, so that you don't trust that miracles are happening, so you don't feel empowered. You are going inward over and over and over again so you can dissect the chips, the programs within the computer, within the body, to break free. And if we continue to look outward, if we continue to follow something else, how in the freak are you going to break free within your own computer? And the way you break free, the way that you become at peace, slowly, the way that you find calm and contentment, slowly, the way that you feel empowered in a very disempowered world, is that you start compassionately investigating, inquiring within your own amazing perfectness who you think you are. Who do you think you are? What do you believe about yourself? What emotions do you still run from? What limiting thoughts continue to come up that you grab so deeply as you? How badly throughout your day do you try to grab for something outside of you to save you, to help you, to tell you what to do? We all do it. The most empowered thing that we can do for ourselves is literally wrap our freaking arms around ourselves while we courageously continue to see what we have been programmed into being. And that's why everything other than going inward right now feels pointless to me. And it's like we are trying to break through a matrix, a game that is continuing to pull us into what's happening out in the world, which it allows us to still be controlled and disempowered. I woke up this morning. I have to go soon. I woke up this morning and some of you guys know, or a lot of you guys know, I communicate, or I have for many years communicated with these higher dimensional beings, these galactic beings. And I woke up this morning and I was noticing, like, I just don't feel them around very often. They're around, but I don't communicate with them every single day anymore. And I said to them this morning, I was like, why are you guys not giving me daily messages? Why is there not like a constant conversation? And they said, because you need to go inward. It's almost like you need to do this on your own now, even though we're here. Because we can't stop. We can't pull away your limiting beliefs. We can't stop you from feeling emotional states. We can't stop you from reacting and responding and doing the behaviors that you may be doing consciously or unconsciously doing. Right? It's like we have all of this assistance, but what the fuck does the assistance matter if you are not actually courageously looking at the programs within your own physical body, the programs in your mind? I want to feel guidance. I want to feel my guides. I want to feel my intuition. I want to feel all these things. Surrender to the desire and attachment to wanting to feel it, and then just go and feel what you're feeling today. The fastest way through the suffering, which is that you don't want to be in what you're in, the fastest way through all of this. No, you can totally take healing programs. You can take all the different programs. You can do all the courses. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's as simple as bringing awareness to your emotions and bringing awareness to your thoughts. That's all I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with everything else that's out there. Nothing. There's nothing wrong with modalities that help, books that help, teachers that help, courses that help, retreats that help, medicine that helps. There's nothing wrong with any of that. Thank God we have it. We need it. What I am saying is that you will find yourself in a state eventually where you will drop into the very subtle, very simple awareness that if I just bring awareness to my emotional states, my emotions, if I just bring awareness to my thoughts, if I just courageously allow, things shift. Life changes in very subtle and very drastic ways. And this is one of the most difficult things to share with people or teach or remind. I don't even like the word teach anymore, because I'm not teaching you anything. That would mean that there is something missing in you, right? When people teach, that means that you don't have it. And you have all of the knowledge because you are the knowledge. You have all the awareness because you are awareness. You've just dropped down into a physical reality that is so dense that you have forgotten. There is no learning. It's all remembrance. It's just all of us reminding each other of what we've forgotten. And the reason that these guru status type things are so destructive, like a teacher is up here and a student's down here, that is such a third dimensional programmed state of being, because that's a hierarchy, as if this person knows more than you and I'm going to show you the way. It's very disempowered. It's a very disempowered state, as opposed to, hey, I remember certain things you may have forgotten. I'm going to remind you. And you're like, oh my God, thank you, God. I still can't remember what you're saying, but I'm going to keep listening, because eventually maybe something will pop in and I'll start remembering who I am. This is all about simply remembering who you are. That's the evolution. It's just remembering who you are. So every moment of every day, Pay attention to who you think you are. Pay attention to the thoughts that tell you you are something. And just be in the observer of that. Just be aware of it. Pay attention to the emotions that arise within your body and how you may or may not be afraid of them. Pay attention to the anxiety that comes in, the stress that comes in, things that take you. Let them take you. Let the stress take you. I was on a connecting flight yesterday. I was going from Gothenburg to San Francisco, and I made a connecting flight through Frankfurt, and I almost missed my flight. Frankfurt Airport is it's a whole other level, and I almost missed my flight. So was I calm, cool, and collected? Freak no. I was a disaster. I was a mess. I was sweating. I was freaking out. I had so much anxiety. I was like, I cannot be stuck in Frankfurt. I have to get on that plane. Get out of my way. Like, I was like in so much stress and anxiety, but was I aware of it? 100%. Right? Was I aware of what I was experiencing? 100%. That's the key. Right? Are you aware? Are you conscious of what you're thinking right now? Are you conscious of what you may be feeling right now? Are you conscious of it? And can you have compassion for yourself? So I was like on the airplane, the first airplane, when we're waiting there because they couldn't pull into the gate, and I was like, I'm gonna freak out. Pull into that gate. What are we doing? Why are you guys testing me? Are you joking? Like, seriously, we're just going to hang out here. There's my airplane. I can see it. I'm way over on the other side of the freaking airport. And now I'm just hanging out in the airplane right in front of my gate. This is absolute fucking torture. So I was like, all right, Lori, let's practice. Let me practice. I was like, I'm sitting on the airplane, looking at my airplane that's about to take off, knowing my luggage isn't going to make it, which it didn't. And I'm like, okay, close your eyes. Breathe. That worked for about legit 3 seconds. And then I was like, fuck it, I can't breathe. I cannot be in presence. I have to be in the anxiety because the anxiety is where I feel like I'm in control. Seriously. I was like, if I can be in the anxiety, then I know that I'm in control, which is an illusion because I'm not in control in the anxiety, but I felt like I was in control. Right? So I was like, I'd rather be in the anxiety because then I'm playing in it. I'm participating in it. I'm freaking out. I'm thinking about it. I'm stressing about it. I'm trying to navigate what I'm going to do, how I'm going to run through everyone, push them away, even if it's an old person, like get out of my way. Like I'm like navigating the course of what may or may not happen. Right? And that feels better to me. That felt better to me than trying to be with my body, with my breath in presence. And I was very, very aware of that. I was very aware that me trying to pull myself out of anxiety was not going to work. Was not going to work. But that's the power of awareness. Because simply just doing that allows you to get out of the programmed state that you are the anxiety. I knew I wasn't the anxiety. I was now playing in it. And I recognized what it was doing. Right? And I was in it. I went through 2 different security checkpoints. The last security checkpoint, this woman, I swear to you, it was the universe playing a joke on me. She's asking me the most absurd, ridiculous questions. Do you have any flammables in your purse? I'm like, bitch, I just went through security. How would I have flammables in my purse? Do you have any fruit? Fruit? Like, what are you talking about? Where? Fruit? I was like, I don't have any fruit. Do you have, what, did you check a bag? Yes, I checked a bag. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be on the flight that I'm in. Okay, in your checked luggage, in my checked luggage that's not with me, checked, that went through security, are there any flammables? No, I don't know. Are there any guns? Guns in my checked luggage? Like, what are we doing here? Like, here's my passport. Can you just, And off I go. Like, what? And she's like, don't worry, ma'am, you're not going to miss your flight. Because she could tell that I was like, bitch, just why are there 75 questions here that are absurd? And then she just kept asking me questions. Why are you here? Why am I in Frankfurt? I have a connecting flight. Where'd you come from? Oh my God, Gothenburg. Why were you in Gothenburg? None of your fucking business why I was in Gothenburg. Okay. Were you on business or personal? I was on business. What were you doing on business? Oh my, are we friends? Are we having a lunch? I wrote a book. Oh, you're an author. I'm like, I don't know you. Do your job. Let me go. I'm like, yes, I wrote books. I wrote a book. Oh, wow. What's your book about? What's my book about? First of all, I don't have time to tell you. Second, I'm about to miss my flight. What's my book about? Oh my God. How long were you here? Oh. So anywho, the point is that I was in anxiety the whole time. Totally okay with it. Just okay with it. Whatever you're in, can you be okay with it? Are you exhausted? Can you let that be okay? Are you stressed? Can you let that be okay? It's not that you don't find tools to assist you through the anxiety or through the stress, right? But we first have to drop into, can you allow what you're in? Because it's what you're in. Can you give yourself compassion for what you're experiencing? Because it's what you're experiencing. It's like we're always beating ourselves up, we're disowning ourselves because we don't want to simply just be in what is arising. What if you started practicing just allowing what is arising first? Can I have compassion for what is arising, what I'm playing in, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking? Instead of beating yourself up, making it wrong, trying to change it, trying to fix it. Well, so-and-so says you're not supposed to do this. I shouldn't be feeling this. This is a negative emotion. There's no such thing as a negative emotion. There's no such thing as negative thoughts. That's judgments around the idea that what you're experiencing is not okay. Everything you're experiencing is okay. Everything you're feeling is okay. Everything you're thinking is okay. The second you bring awareness to it is the moment that you let go of the attachment that there is something wrong with what you're feeling, that you need to change it and fix it and get out of it. It's all just simply the experience trying to show you what you're still attached to and believing to be you so that you can break free. I'm not saying there is no judgment. I'm saying there is judgment. And the moment you recognize there's judgment between yourself and you, and what you're thinking and feeling, the moment you realize there's judgment, because there is judgment, is the moment judgment disappears. It's the moment that the judgment starts to disappear. You start bringing light to anything, awareness to anything. You start seeing anything, and that which you have been trapped in starts to dissolve naturally. Judgment is part of this human experience. We judge other people, we judge ourselves, we judge experiences. To say that there is no judgment is absolute utter bullshit. However, the moment that you recognize judgments within yourself and others is the moment that the judgment will dissolve. We live in a paradox. This whole human journey is a paradox. And the paradox is there is judgment and yet there is no judgment. There is physicality and yet it is all energetic, right? You do need to change things and yet you don't need to change anything, right? You do need to take action and yet you don't have to do anything. There's this beautiful paradox on this planet. There is peace and there is chaos. There is peace right here, right now, and yet there is absolute chaos. Starting to recognize the paradox of this world will set you free. There is no such thing as one way or another way. It's all light or consciousness experiencing itself. And to say that I should only be feeling ... I shouldn't be feeling ... is denying the paradox that you live in. One of the hardest things that we will ever do is recognize that we are in a paradox and get real comfortable with that paradox. The moment you stop saying, everything needs to be light. There is dark in this world. There is light in this world, and it's all light. It's just expressed in different frequencies. There is emotions you're not going to like feeling. There are emotions you're going to love feeling. That's the paradox. Get used to it. Stop trying to change and fix it. There are thoughts that are going to feel yucky. There are thoughts that are going to feel good. There is lack and there is abundance. And the way through all of this is truly, swear to God, allowing whatever is arising to be seen and not attaching to it so that you can break free and be okay with whatever's arising. No, I have to force myself into abundance. I have to force myself into having money. Tell me how good that works. So many of us are still in such a deep programmed state that to understand lack and abundance is really, really challenging. The key is to just allow it all to be. So I hate the fact that I don't have any money. Okay, allow that. I hate the fact that I don't have money. Yeah, of course you do. That sucks. What else? Keep going. Can you give yourself compassion for that? There is a deeper dropping that happens when you allow. Okay, I gotta go to yoga. How do you allow it to be seen when you do not know when it's seen? When you have a thought, can you be aware that that's a thought? So I don't even know what kind of thoughts you have that you're not aware of, but most of us have so many thoughts we're not aware of that it's difficult to see it. So you want to try to start to be aware of the thoughts. What am I thinking? Why did I just do that? Why did I just say that? Inquiry. Am I this thought? Can I hear this thought? Then it's seen. Anxiety, right? Depression, loneliness. These are emotional states that we can feel. Can you feel that you're feeling loneliness? Can you feel that you're feeling anger or stress or anxiety? Can you feel it? Meaning, can you recognize you're feeling something? Then it's seen. And there's nothing to do with it. You don't have to do anything with it. Just see it. How do you do it when I'm physically so ill and want to keel over? Give yourself compassion. I don't know the answer. I just know that compassion is the greatest gift that you can give yourself. And being brutally honest with what you're feeling. Being brutally honest with the truest expression of what's arising. Do not deny yourself the fact that you are miserable and that you don't want to be in pain. There are these deep, deep programs in this world that you can't admit to what is actually being experienced in the moment, because if you admit to that, then you are perpetuating it and allowing it, and then it's going to happen. What the fuck kind of what is that? Of course, what do you mean if I admit to it, then it is happening? It is happening. I am sick. I can't do anything right now. I feel horrible. Okay, that's the truest expression of you. And if you can allow that to just simply be okay, like you're telling a grandma and she's like, you're a badass. Yes, that's what you're feeling. Then you are ignoring and denying and running from what is, trying to change it and fix it. And we have these deep, messed up programs in the world that teach us how to change and fix and get out of what we don't want to be in before we actually allow ourselves to simply just be in it. Can it be okay? Can you find some sort of perfection in the absolute disgustingly non-perfect shit that you're in before you start trying to judge it, change it, get out of it? This idea that you perpetuate what you're in by acknowledging what you're in and being in it, like talking about it, like this is what I'm in. This is not about complaining, right? Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm feeling this. This sucks. This sucks. That means you're attached to it. I can't believe this is happening to me. Poor me. Why is this happening to me again? You're identifying with the experience. However, if you pop out and say, wow, I am feeling ... I'm observing ... I'm recognizing ... I am breaking down. I don't want to get out of bed, right? You're acknowledging, you're giving yourself the power, and yes, you get to feel that. Of course you get to feel that. That's what you're feeling. You're feeling this. You're going to ignore it and deny it. Welcome to Cancer. You're going to deny what you're feeling and what you're in, because you're told that it's not good. Welcome to disease in the body. You're going to pretend that you're not actually feeling the exhaustion. You're going to push yourself beyond it. Welcome to discomfort in the body. Welcome to pain in the body. You want to know why we're so freaking sick, other than the poisons? Is because we have been programmed to deny our truest expression of what we're in, because we were told that if we actually were in and allowed what was, that we were perpetuating what was. That makes no fucking sense. You are experiencing what you are experiencing. The moment you detach and know that you're not the experience is the moment that you honor the experience, and the experience starts to shift. It's that simple. It is that simple. We have been in a state of denial because it disempowers us. We have been taught by so many humans out there that if we actually speak what we're in and what we're experiencing, then that's going to perpetuate it and make it worse. That is the absolute opposite. By all means, we need to honor what we're in, express what we're in, feel what we're in, knowing the entire time that we are not what we are in. And if you can do that, you will break free. Things will start shifting. If you can say, I am so sick, my body is in so much pain, I am so sick and tired of this, I don't want to be in this anymore, this is my truest expression, and I'm allowed to feel that because it's what I'm feeling, I give myself a permission to feel this. This too is okay. This is also perfect. I am not what I'm experiencing, but I'm experiencing this, and I'm going to bow to my own feet as I go through this. Things will start changing. Things will start changing. If you ignore it, it doesn't go away. And if you try to change it before you allow it, it will continue to show up in some way, shape, or form. The way to freedom, the way to peace, the way to contentment, the way to empowerment is to simply show up. Show up the way you're showing up every day, and stop making you wrong. Stop making you bad. Stop. Stop trying to change whatever it is that you're experiencing and feeling. First, give yourself a freaking party that you're experiencing what you're experiencing. None of this is your fault. You dropped into a programmed reality. And if you continue to try to control what you are in, you will continue to perpetuate the programming and the control. Breaking free is letting go of control. Breaking free is letting go of control, is trusting in something so much bigger than what is unraveling right now in your tiny little self that you believe yourself to be, and miracles arise when we start doing that. Okay, I gotta go to yoga. I love you guys. I'll save this. Be gentle with yourselves. Be gentle with other people. How much more compassion can you have for you? How much more compassion can you have for everything else that's arising within you and around you? And pay attention to how the external world and all of those stories and everything we want to look at and watch, all of it is a distraction from the greatest gift that we can give ourselves. We want to change the world. We change the internal. We change the computer inside here. That's how you change the entire world. You don't change the world externally. You change it internally. And more of us are going to start recognizing that and realizing that. I love you.